Alright, you'll excuse any poor camera work. I am trying to do this handheld while I show you what exactly is wrong with this magic arm. Variable resistance arm, sorry. So as you can see, if I take you around, cosmetically, it looks fine. So no pictures are really going to actually show that there's anything wrong with the arm. However, the last thing I mentioned was that this joint moves even though this is done up tight. This will still move. I assume that you can tighten it up here, but like I said before, I've only ever used magic arms on set, and everything on set tends to work. And when it doesn't, you go and get another one. So I've never really taken any one of these apart, so I don't really know very much about them. But I know how they should work because I've used them before. So firstly, this gap here, where you have interlocking teeth, I didn't know that Manfrotto actually make these arms with the teeth. I always thought that they were unteethed, and it was pure friction that held them in place, whereas it's these teeth that hold them in certain places, so it means that you can only hold them in certain angles. That's not what I've seen before. It kind of loses the point of variable friction, because when you loosen it, you still can't twist it. You have to actually loosen it until the teeth are able to pass over each other before you can actually twist it. So that's the first thing. The first thing is that these plates, I'm not sure if they're actually what you're supposed to get, and I'll send you a link of the plates that I think you should get with variable friction arms from Manfrotto for the 244 from Amazon or Manfrotto themselves. Right, so to get onto the actual parts that I don't think are working as they should do, if I just unscrew this. Now you said that this has only been used once by someone across the world. Even if it's only been used a few times, the point isn't that it's used, it's that it's actually missing pieces. So as I open it, this is how it is. As you can see, let me just focus in on this. This is the ball bearing plate, and as you can see, there's only one ball bearing in it. The others seem to be missing. Now, I can't see a reason why you'd only ever have one ball bearing in a ball bearing plate. It defeats the point of having ball bearings, so I assume that those are missing. Also, something that you wouldn't be able to tell by just taking a picture of the arm. It also comes with a washer, but the washer only goes in one side. There isn't another washer on the other side. And if I put this back and put the ball bearing back, you can see that it doesn't actually protrude, and neither does this. So when they come together, they're not actually touching, which means that this ball bearing, even when you tighten it fully, it means that this ball bearing and the washer aren't touching this, which means that they actually have no purpose. The only thing that's holding these together is holding these in place. Sorry, is the teethed plates themselves, and obviously the screw and the knob. Right. So that's the first thing that's wrong, is that this only has a couple of ball bearings. The second thing that's wrong is that there's only one washer. I assume there should be two. I can't see why you'd only have one washer for a set of ball bearings. Normally you have a washer either side of ball bearings. This is from my engineering experience, not from my experience with Manfrotto magic arms. The other thing is, these plates here are loose, and so it means that even when you tighten it up, put them together and tighten it up, like I'll do here. Okay. Alright, that's as tight as it will go. There's still give in that. There shouldn't be any give. It should be completely solid. I'm not quite sure if you can see that. But it's not actually the teeth that are moving. It's because the plates themselves aren't fully locked down. And if you open it up, is because these are loose. And I said it's as if it's been taken apart, because if you look closely, if this has only been used once, why are these screw heads all burred, and why are they all loose? That isn't loose from wear and tear. You don't that doesn't just happen, especially not if it's only been used once. These ones are maybe a little less burred, but they're still burred, and loose again. It wouldn't be at this angle. I don't have any of my equipment on me. I don't have any tools to sort this at the moment, so I'm not able to tighten this up at the moment because I don't have my wrench with me. I'm at work at the moment, and I'm not able to tighten these up because I don't have my screwdriver with me because I'm at work at the moment, because this is where you've delivered it to. You've delivered it to my work, and I've just received it, so I haven't done anything to it. Right. What else did I mention? I also mentioned that if you reverse this, which it looks like you should be able to because there are grooves here that allow you to put it in this side if you wanted to. And if I was to screw it on this way, it actually it won't screw in properly. You just keep screwing, then it eventually becomes tight. Actually, no, it doesn't. It just keeps screwing in. It's pulling the mechanism inside it. It just pulls it all the way through. So if I undo this again. See, now this has been pulled through. It shouldn't be sticking out like this, it should be in like that. So it means that you can only have it one way. The reason why it's being pulled through is because it doesn't have the other washer, I assume. I can't see any other reason why it would do that. Right, also, if I put this together, back to the way it came. If it's loose, this is, everything's loose. The whole arm is loose. From what I've seen from pictures online, is that there should be something in between here, and or perhaps a spring here, just to keep it so that it's still together while you unscrew it. Because that's the point of variable friction, is that as you vary the friction, it loosens up the joint. It doesn't just go from being a little bit stiff, no, actually from going in a loose but locked state to becoming like completely loose. It should have a variable friction. That's the whole point. So I think that was all the points that I pointed out in my email. I'd also just like to mention on a personal note, I wasn't very happy about the way you called me. When you called me, your first impression was that I was trying to scam you, and you threatened me several times. Well, it sounded like you were threatening me with a threatening voice that if I was trying to scam you, you would come down to London, as if you were going to do something perhaps physical onto me. And I just think it was all very unprofessional and very unprofessional, and it wasn't what I was expecting. I spent the whole time on the phone call being quite apologetic, even though I don't feel like I should be the one apologizing. I just felt uncomfortable about the whole thing. And personally, I'd just like a refund and not